Right, I believe we're live on YouTube. Yeah, so welcome to Dil's Party Wall Show, where we talk about party wall matters. My name's Dil, Chief Surveyor at 1996 Party Wall, my weekly show on party wall matters. Party wall party, if you like. Got to watch out, not say that too often. It's not a lot of fun. So, look, do this show on a weekly basis. Hopefully you'll find this content useful. So like, comment, share and subscribe. And stay till the end because we've got some great bonus content for you. Right, so let's get going. This is a question and answer session. So I try and answer your questions that I receive or get asked during the week and so on and so forth, and try and give you some useful content in terms of the Party Wall app. Right. One of the biggest questions I keep getting asked is, by homeowners, I've got planning, do I still need Party Wall? That's almost the question. What they're alluding to is the Party Wall process. So look, this video is going to be useful if you're a homeowner looking to do your works, if you're a surveyor who would like to know more about the Party Wall process, and if you're a construction professional who needs to know more about the Party Wall process. So all three of you, you're in the right place. Let's get going. Let's make it brief. I'm going to do a really quick little show and I'm going to give you some bonus content to go with it further. Okay. So I'm going to do a series on homeowners' perspective, all about trying to explain this subject to you in a really quick and reasonable format. Right, so let's make a start. I'm only going to talk about the most common type of works where you can look at doing notices. So if you're doing a basement, you need professional help. That's it. There's no sugar-coated way of doing it. Porches don't often get involved, occasionally, and outhouses. So you're better off getting professional help, not because they're difficult. So basements are difficult. You need to get professional help. Porches and outhouses are at the other end of the spectrum, where they're probably not difficult. They're probably not even notifiable. So you need help for that section. That's why there are sort of two extremes. Basement, 100% help, go and get it. Yeah, you're not going to do it on your own, or you're not going to understand it. The minute you say basement, alarm bells should go, get professional help. You're going to need more than Party Wall surveyors. On the other hand, porches and outhouses are the other extreme where you probably don't need, you possibly or may not need Party Wall notification and the process. So get help and establish whether you do or you don't. Okay, so that's the other extreme. That's why I put those together in a sense. They're the two extremes. All right, so that's that. Now, all that stuff in the middle, I'm going to explain because you should get help because otherwise you're going to fluff it up. But I'm going to try and do the explanation for you, where you need to go, why you need to go, and what it is. Right. So I've structured this little chart. Damn, I've got to turn on the light. Sorry, 1 second. Hopefully you can see me better. All right, sorry, I've got to turn the light. Block that light. Right. Okay. So residential property, three common types. You've got detached houses, semi-detached, and terrace. Those are your three common types, right? Now you couple that with the three most common types of works. Rear extent, these are your three types of houses across the top. And then the three most common type of works that are notifiable: rear extension, loft conversion, and removal of chimney breasts. So those are those three types. That's why you see the table them like this. And I'm trying to simplify this. Get rid of the basements and not get rid of them, but basements, professional help, porches and outhouses, you should get some help there, because let me see what's going on here. Yeah, you should get some help because it's unlikely they're notifiable, and it's difficult to work out. Right, so we're left with 3 types of houses: detached, semi-detached, and terrace. 3 types of works: rear extension, loft conversion, and removal of chimney. So you get the idea. This is why I've done this sort of little diagram. Now, I will do future shows where I go through it a bit more detail. Right, let's take rear extension. So when you've got a detached house, whether your neighbour is notifiable or not, and I'm going to explain all of this coming in future, depends on how far they are from where you're doing the excavation and how deep your excavation is. So for rear extension, detached depends on number of factors. So you need to look at the rules, right? For semi-detached, one side is going to be now, here's another thing we need to understand. The assumptions we're making here are that all your neighboring properties are pre-1980, and you're going to be excavating more than probably the standard depth, 1100 meter or 1100. So those are the 2 assumptions we're making here. If those assumptions aren't true, then we need to look at that. So I'm going to explain that in the rule, right? So detached house depends how far your neighbor is. So and how far you're going. That's that. Semi-detached, that's where there's an adjoining owner right next to you. They're notifiable. The other side depends on that distance and how far you're going. Okay, so that's that angle. And on a terrace, assuming that you're all pre-1980s, and by definition, terrace houses are next to each other, you are going to need it on both sides. So that explains rear extensions. Yep. Loft conversions. Okay, so better move this on. With loft conversions, if you're a detached house, you don't need notify the owners, right? It's not quite obvious. I'm going to say it's obvious, but it's a bit harsh. You don't need to notify the owner. So they're gone, right? Semi-detached, if you're doing a loft conversion, you've got two parts of detached. The one where you're detached, you're going to need to know they're notifiable owners. So that's fairly easy. And on terrace, both sides are notifiable. Hopefully that sorts that out. And last but not least is removal of chimney breasts. And for a detached house, so a house on its own, nothing next to it, you don't need to notify anyone. You can do what you want. So if you're looking at buying a house, buy a detached house. Bit flippant remark because they're more expensive. They have their own issues. But anyway, there's not being flippant there. If you're in a semi-detached and you're taking the chimney out, if it's adjoining, if that chimney is on the party wall, adjoined to the party wall, i.e. party structure, then that side's notifiable. If it's on the other side, so there's house 1, house 2, and if the chimney is on this side, and we do come across this, and you're taking that one out, it's nothing to do with that, so it's not notifiable. So that's why I say it's only one side. And on terrace, again, it's the side. So that's your terrace house, and you've got houses on both sides. It's the side where the chimney is. So hopefully that makes sense. This is a quick little diagram that will give you a tick list box. I'm going to evolve this idea further on, right? Next element. So hopefully you found that useful. Drop a little like, comment, and share it because it will help for other people to realize this, and subscribe. Now I'm going to give you what I promised you earlier, bonus, right? A little bit of bonus here. So government's got this great booklet. they're mucking around with the format. I think it's gone from a booklet to web pages. Not sure where it is, but the illustrations are great. I used to use these illustrations for explaining the Party Wall Act. So that there's type B Party Wall Act. Let's get the magic wand out. Right, so that's the definition of a party wall. This is talking about an assumed boundary. It doesn't have to run in the middle. It could be any part of that wall technically, but that's great for illustration. This is a type B party wall. That's not a party wall, so that's illustrating it's something called a type B. And this is a diagram used to illustrate what I was talking about earlier, where your foundations have to be deeper and within 3 meters under section 6.1 or 6 meters of 2. So these diagrams can be found in that government, I'm going to say government booklet, but it's probably turned into a website now. It's a bit weird what the government does with this sort of stuff. So it's a great booklet. Grab it, read it, and learn it. But this was written in 2001. It's been updated, but it hasn't got sufficient updates. So the government's a bit busy, so we thought we'd give them a hand. We produced this little booklet. You can get it absolutely free. This is a bonus. The link is in the description. Bang, just put your email in. There is a little cost. I'll come to that in a minute. It's not what you think. We produced this checklist. So this is a checklist of how to serve a notice properly and go through the 10-4 process. We've also created these very, very simplified notices. Every single note, I still try and think of an occasion, but I could say virtually every single notice I've seen from the government booklet, people have managed to not do it properly. It's quite a complex area. So these are sample notices. And here's some assumptions that are made and it'll work or not work. So for example, if you're a house and you've got a house next door and you've got adjoining owners within notifiable distances, this is what I was talking about. Semi-detached, is it within 3 meters? Are you digging deeper? Then yes, this booklet's fine for you. If you're a semi-detached, got a property next door, you're further than your other semi, so you've got 2 driveways, yours and theirs. The other house is more than 3 meters away. They're not notifiable, but you can use this booklet, notify the owners next to you. So that works. And on an occasion where your house has been converted into flats, you own one of the flats, you've got a notifiable owner next to you, and the other side is less than 3 meters, they're also potentially notifiable. These guys aren't notifiable if you're doing a loft. So basically, if you live in a flat house that's been converted into flats and you own one of the flats, or the neighbors are flats, I wouldn't recommend using this booklet. So by all means, download it, have a go if you want. It's going to cause you problems. So that's why I put the question mark. And the instance where it won't work is if you're in a house, you've got a house next door, and then on the other side, you've either got a house that's been converted into flats or a block of flats, and you're doing anything to the party wall structure, including doing a loft, this won't work. You don't want to use this booklet, and definitely not the government's booklet. It'll get you into so much trouble and problems and delays to your project, so don't bother using it. So that's instances where it's useful and instances where not. So look, hopefully you found that useful. There's only one price to pay to get that booklet. The booklet is free, but if you can like, subscribe, share, and comment, so we particularly like subscriptions because then more people can see this content, help them with the project. That's all we're asking for. Hopefully you'll agree it's not a massive fee. It's not really won't cost you anything, but just press the subscribe button. So thank you very much. I'm going to develop this series as we go on. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll have a full playlist. And then if you're a homeowner, just simply pass it on to your friends and other people doing works, and they'll understand it. Or if you're a surveyor or a construction professional, by all means, share these video resources. We just do it simply to explain this complex subject. So hopefully I've earned your subscription. Please like, share, and comment, and subscribe. We'll bring you another program next week. We'll try and do a couple of questions next week. So thank you very much for your time, most valuable resource in the universe. And hopefully you found this